thousands of people are still trying to dig out from this weekend's monster winter storm in Buffalo, New York. Emergency responders are also working overtime, trying to remove those cars and vehicles left behind by drivers, as you see on your screen. Well, our next guest says it got so bad he had to dig his parents out of their home. Christopher Zampogna joins us right now. Christopher, welcome. Thanks so much for coming on and taking the time. Tell us what you experienced over the weekend and why you had to pick up the phone call when I'm assuming your parents needed help.
Yeah, thank you for having me this morning. I had to drive in. I was in Washington initially, and then when I got here, I couldn't get to their house, and the snow was so high, it was about 5 feet at least, and it covered their doors, garage doors, every part of the house. So to try to get to see them, I couldn't see them on Christmas, but the following day I was able to dig them out. Wow. Literally from the snow, as you can see in that picture.
Yeah, I see. Oh my goodness, I bet your shoulders are killing you right now. How long did it take to actually do that?
Well, the snow was so hard packed, I could actually walk on top of it to some degree, but it took probably a half an hour, and then you can see the heavy equipment came in eventually to dig out the rest of it.
Yeah. Thank goodness you were there, right? To be able to go in and check on your parents and, of course, be able to celebrate the holiday, too, but make sure they were staying warm and having enough supplies and equipment and food at this point. We know some people in the city are not as lucky. We've also heard a lot of Buffalo residents expressing some frustration at the response or lack thereof. In fact, here's how the mayor of your city responded to some of that criticism. Take a listen.
This was a historic storm, probably the worst storm that the city has seen in over 50 years, and perhaps, maybe, the worst storm in recorded history since these storms have been tracked. Buffalo, again, was ground zero for the storm conditions, the worst of everything.
Christopher, do you feel as though local officials provided enough warning or had enough resources available immediately after the storm hit?
Yeah, I think they should have probably closed the roads earlier, and I think communication was lacking as well. I had some people that were needed to go to hospitals, et cetera, that said, you know, they didn't know what roads were closed because they had to be on the roads anyways. I don't think there was, you know, as good of a communication as there should have been to people that were stranded even out there.
Yeah, again, it's been reported now more than 30 deaths in Western New York. Tell me about what you're seeing today. How are the roads? Are things starting to open back up?
Yeah, the city is open now. The airport is open. The side streets are usually what's the most difficult to clear, but in time, and then the weather is cooperating at this point, although they're worried about now flooding because we're going to probably hit 50 degrees in the next 24, 48 hours, I think. Not that I'm a meteorologist, but that's what I read or heard.
Yeah, that's what we've been following in those weather reports. Again, when you've got more than 4 feet of snow and it starts to melt, it's all got to go somewhere, as we know. Christopher Zampogna, thanks for coming on. Wishing you and your family the best during this time.
Thanks so much.
You got it.
Happy New Year early.
You too.
No crooked establishment.
None of that
Twisting the truth.
No talking down to me.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
I trust Newsmax.
Newsmax.
They don't tell me how to think.
They
Let me decide.
Newsmax.
Real news
For real people.